So like most people out there, us Mini owners like to listen to music while we are driving, whether it's just normal driving music, whether it's heavy metal, whether it's country. I really hope it's not country. But at any rate, we like to listen to music while we drive. So the quality of our music is very important to us. Now, in that regard, when it comes to Mini Coopers, we have something called the Harman Kardon sound system. It's an upgraded sound system that is really popular among Mini enthusiasts, incredibly popular, because it is just a really, really, really great sound system to have in a Mini Cooper. But what if you want something more than that? What if you want better quality speakers? What if you want just something higher end than that? And that's what we're doing today. So join me shortly for an unboxing video of a fantastic speaker setup that Bavsound has sent me to install in my car. It's just incredible. I'm really excited about this. So we're going to do an unboxing video and we're going to do an installation video, so you'll get to follow along with me as I take apart my interior to put speakers in it. This should be fun, I hope. But let's get to it. So now that we've gotten a sound quality test on the car, it is time to actually take things apart and get started. So first I gotta clear some stuff out of the car. A lot of stuff. So before we dive into the installation on my car, let's go to the Bavsound website. Now, as you can see, they deal with BMW, Mini, and Supra, as Supra is built by BMW. The kits are proprietary to the specific model and vehicle. So for my case, we're going to go to Mini because that is my specialty. They go from 2005 to 2021 on this list, so they have a kit for almost every car. Clubman, convertible, and hardtop. We're going to pick the hardtop. Body styles, all body styles. There, now we have base or we have Harman Kardon. I have Harman Kardon, so I'm going to select that. There are my two kits. I have the regular speaker system, and then I have the Ghost subwoofers. As you can see, the entire kit is around $1,000 or less, so you can get a really nice, high-quality sound system for about $1,000, which is really good money in this day and age, and the fact that it's 100% plug-and-play makes it an even better bargain. Now, yes, there is a bit of a challenge to installing them in certain spots, but having an extra pair of hands might make it work for you. On top of that, they have a 100-day in-car trial and a 4-year warranty, which is almost unheard of in most aftermarket stereo systems. And these Ghost subwoofers are fantastic, really well put together, nice metal construction. As a caution, I would say be careful when you're installing them. They are a little snug underneath the grills under the front seats, but they're not that difficult to install. We're going to go ahead and add these to our cart. Click Next. And look, they even have a toolkit. If you don't have your own toolkit to do the installation, they have one here for you. I wish I had this toolkit when I did mine. I wouldn't have had to fumble around for tools, but we're going to add that to the cart. All that, $1,013, and aside from an extra pair of hands to help you out and a garage space you can sit in where you're comfortable, it's all there. Fantastic kit, very simple to order, very easy to order, and they even have a number up there should you have any issues and need to call somebody. They also have installation videos on the website, so if you need a little help and need to look at how to install the product, it will show you how to do it in your specific car, no less. So great overall. I really am impressed with their product. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the installation of these speakers. Over the next 3 videos, you're going to see me do the door panels, the rear, and the subs, and then the last video will be the A-pillars and dash. The reason for this had to do a lot with the heat being the way it was outside the last couple of weeks, and just a matter of timing. It took me a lot longer to do the subs and the rear speakers because I was doing it by myself, and there was a lot of trim pieces to remove in the car. Just to remind you all, be very careful when you're taking out the A pillar trims, C pillar trims, and B pillar trims, because your head curtain airbags are visible when you remove those pieces, and you don't want to pinch them or damage them in any way. Just be very careful, take your time. It may even be an option for you to, it might be better for you actually, to do one side at a time, or even like what I did, do a section at a time to take your time, especially if you're doing this by yourself. If you have a couple of friends that are helping you, then go at it. If you're gonna have the dealership do it for you, then they're gonna get this done a lot quicker than I did. But this is definitely 100% plug and play, and it is to a degree DIY. But like I said, be careful when you're doing this, take your time, and in my case, if you're not going to do it in a garage, have plenty of water. And even if you are in a garage, have plenty of water. It took me a while, but well worth it. Fantastic system. Let's get to it. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, I have a project ahead of me, and it's hot outside. But I got to start taking the interior apart on this Mini Cooper so I can install the Bavsound speakers. So they say it's pretty easy to do. It's DIY. So I'm going to find out today just how DIY it is, but I'm going to mount the camera inside the car so you can watch me go through this process, but let's get to it. Now, as part of the process, I did clean out a lot of the car just so we can do this, but I have to take the door panels off to take these speakers out. I have to take the A-pillars off to take these out. I have to take this grill out to get to those speakers. I have to take the seats out to get to these speakers. And I have to take the back seat out and the seat cushion out to get these panels out so I can get these speakers out. So I have a lot of work ahead of me here. Okay, so part of the process is dismantling the interior, which means we need these tools or whatever else you have. But we gotta start taking things apart in here. So I thought I'd start with the door panel. Now I've been told it's as easy as pulling out that piece of trim. It was easier than I thought. And there's a, what I've been told is a T20 screw back there, so I got that out. Now I need to take this out. And this, I'm told, can be done with a little, this is so far looking a lot easier than I thought, but never say never. So with that out, we have a screw right there, but we're going to disconnect the connectors for this as well so that we can take that out without damaging anything to get to this speaker. Cool thing they did here, so this is out, but what they do with this connector, it's kind of neat, is it's swung up like a, almost like a switch in a way, and you push down on this and this whole thing switches down like a circuit breaker, and then it just pops right out. So that's been disconnected. I can now get to this screw, and there's at least one or two along the bottom of the door that I got to take off as well before we just unclip it and take it out. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. Alright then, now we should be able to pop the door panel out. I'm going to need a little more help with this. So with appear, I need to be a little bit more forceful with this. Okay, so this is a little bit more complicated. I ended up taking the housing out, had to put this gasket on it, put a different bushing behind it, all that stuff. But these two extra cables, one of these is the mid-range cable, and this one is the tweeter cable, which is not needed because this one doesn't have a tweeter associated with it. So if it did, this would be plugged in. So we just basically hide that. So I'm gonna go bring this back out and install it in the car. I got the speakers installed in the doors. As soon as I can get around to it, I'm going to do the speakers in the A-pillars and the dash, and then I'm going to get the speakers in the back, and then eventually I'm going to get to the subs. That's going to have to be a little bit later when I actually have the time and the patience. It's hotter than heck outside, so just doing the two doors was a bit of a effort for me. Once you kind of get around the learning curve, figuring out how to do everything, it wasn't that bad on the passenger door. It was a pain in the butt on the driver's door, but once I finally figured out how everything went together, it ended up being pretty easy. Only thing I did wrong is I broke the puddle light on the driver's side on the passenger side door. I chipped the piece on the outside when I took the door panel off. So it happens. I mean, you're going to encounter stuff like that. But I'm going to wrap this up and put everything away and deal with the rest of the stuff later. But I hope you enjoyed this walk around video of doing the install for the front speakers. Once you kind of get around the details, it's not that difficult. Basically, it's 2 screws on the bottom, a screw inside the switch panel, a screw inside the door lever, and then you basically use some levers and you pop the clips off. They say to use a T20. The T20 works on the speakers. The T15 works if you're going to take the whole housing off the door like they recommended doing, because then you can also put the gaskets where they need to go and get everything nice and tidy and buttoned up. But the speakers look great. They sound really, really good right now, even with just the 2 speakers I have right now. I'm going to get the rest of them at some point, but I need to take a break. I need to cool down, and it is just so hot outside. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like below. Don't forget to comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, I'm going to remind you all that life is too short to drive a boring car, and apparently life is too short to work on a boring car too. So drive a Mini. I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, and by the way, the Harman Kardons have kind of a silver center on them. If I had the speaker with me, I'd show you. But these have a black center on them, so they kind of hide into the speaker grills. It's kind of a sleek look. I really like it. So eventually I'll show you that in a future video. But anyway, I've taken enough of your time. I'll catch you later.